Hey everybody, we are back with the Rode VideoMic Me directional microphone for Apple iPad and iPhone. We've had some time to play with it, seen what we liked about it, and we're going to share our thoughts with you. First of all, quick note, my voice is currently coming to you from a lav microphone attached to the Zoom H4n, so it's going to sound much clearer than the audio that comes from an Apple device attached to the Rode. So you'll hear that in a second because we will give live feedback of a 6S Plus with just a stock microphone as well as the Rode. But if you're wondering why there's a huge difference, that's why. So anyway, about the Rode itself. We think the Rode is a great device. It works exceptionally well, and the specs alone match up with anything in its price range. It definitely does the job of what you would expect it to do based on its price point alone, but there are a couple things to keep in mind. The Rode itself has a headphone jack in the back. Now the headphone jack is used to be able to play back the audio once you've recorded a video. So you're not moving it around and trying to take it out, plug it back in, just so that you can hear what you just recorded. The one downside though, which I didn't really anticipate, is that it doesn't give you live feedback. So if you will have a director of sorts, the director can't listen to what you're saying in that moment and how it sounds. You have to record the whole clip and then listen to it after the fact. That seemed a little bit annoying considering I don't think it would have been too difficult for them to allow you to listen to it in real time because a lot of other devices give you that functionality. So something to keep in mind. The next thing I want to say is that the clip that you use to attach the Rode to your Apple device is very good for making sure that it never falls out. It is, however, a little bit of a pain in the butt with regards to keeping it from moving at all. And what I mean by that is when you have a device attached to it, you'll find that there is just a tiny bit of give. So you may have your device / the microphone change an angle just a few degrees here and there without you meaning it to. Most likely that's not a big deal because it is a directional microphone and it generally will eliminate that itself. But that is something to keep in mind because it could affect your audio just a tiny bit. And also it just looks funny that it's moving around like that. It's a little unsettling. The other thing about the clip is that you must very carefully take it out. And what I mean by that is it does a great job of being stuck, but really the only way to get it out is to twist it carefully. We actually spent quite a bit of time, kind of like idiots, trying to get it out all the way. And it was very frustrating because I felt like I was putting too much pressure on the microphone itself. I was trying to really grip down on it to try to get it out. I wasn't a big fan of that. So keep that in mind once you get it. You want to be pretty careful about that uncorking process, basically. Finally, the actual dead cat itself has a few issues. Now, when we did the unboxing video, we pretty much straight up said that this seems like the weak link of the package, and it kind of was the weak link of the package. The dead cat has fibers that shed quite a bit. It's not egregious, like it won't just litter wherever you're keeping it, but it's much more than you would expect from a product of this quality in general. You'll find stray hairs here and there, and if you're transporting it especially, you'll find that it definitely does shed more than I think you would like it to. The other issue is that the plastic ring which you use to clip onto the microphone is sometimes much more stubborn than you would hope it to be. It sometimes either doesn't clip on fully, or once it does, it gets stuck, and again, you're kind of tussling with it to try to take it off. I'm not a big fan of that. I think it should be a much smoother process. I don't think it would have been that hard for them to kind of iron out the wrinkles behind that, but I don't make the microphone, so that's another thing. We do have an additional note that if you are looking at this with a Droid device, be very, very careful. Now, there are plenty of people who will say on Amazon and other review sites that it does work with their Android device, etc., but we found that we plugged it into a Galaxy S6. There were major issues with crackling just out of nowhere. So I could be saying something like, "Hi, my name is Zuhei, blah, blah, blah," and suddenly you just hear this massive crackle in the middle of the audio for no good reason. So definitely it does work in some cases, but be very wary if you are expecting it to work with your Android device. Probably not a good idea in all honesty. Now we're going to go ahead and test out the stock microphone of the Apple iPhone 6S Plus that we're recording on, and we're going to then give you the Rode version of that same audio so you can hear the difference for yourself. We do have a major note though that while the Rode is an excellent microphone on its own, it does not have the ability to reduce a lot of background noise. So we have an AC system in our office that we affectionately refer to as the jet fighter, because when it turns on, it sounds like an engine is going off in our office. It's exceptionally loud, and the Rode will not do a damn thing about something like that. So if you're expecting it to reduce that kind of noise, you are shit out of luck, in all honesty. You will have to find a better solution, maybe something like a lav with a recorder, or something else entirely. You have to have relatively ideal conditions. The Dead Cat does a great job in windy conditions, but that's because wind is a very different kind of noise, right? If you just have blatant people talking, air conditioning, someone yelling, alarms going off, whatever it is, the Rode will not help you in that department at all. It does isolate on the voice, not enough for that kind of a thing though. Okay, here's the audio. Okay, so you can see I've taken off my lav mic, and right now in our office it's dead silent because our favorite jet fighter is turned off. And so I'm going to give you a basic phrase to compare to when we attach the Rode in just a second. She sells seashells by the seashore. Now we're recording from the Rode attached to the iPhone 6s Plus. Jet fighter still turned off, so we have good audio conditions right now. I have the Dead Cat in front of me because you do not want to use it to try to reduce background noise. It is really only useful for wind conditions. Otherwise, it'll dampen your audio and it'll be very quiet, and you'll have to go back and adjust it later on. Same basic phrase to compare. She sells seashells by the seashore. We're back again, and now we do have our favorite jet fighter turned on. So our AC unit is going off right now, and you can hear it in the background, I'm sure. I should still be fairly clear to you, but I don't think I can overcome this at all. So you can hear it's not crystal clear audio. Again, same basic phrase just in case. She sells seashells by the seashore. So in conclusion, you can see that the Rode does make a massive difference versus the stock microphone on the Apple iPhone 6s Plus that we use to record. But it is a limited option if you're looking for truly great audio for high-end quality work. If you're using it for just general videos where you'll have good sound conditions relative to most other places, it's not a bad option at all for generally any type of use you can conceive of. But if you're planning to use it at something like an expo to record your experiences and things like that, it's not going to do a thing about the background noise. So if it fits your needs, quieter environment where you don't have a lot of background noise, it is exceptional. The one-directional microphone is great. It will really solve a lot of your problems and avoid slight background noises. If you need something more extensive than that, you may have to consider something like we do, where we have a lav attached to a recorder. It really does a much better job of isolating one's voice, even when we have our favorite jet fighter turned on to cool us down so we don't melt. If you have any questions, let us know. We'll be happy to address them about this or any of the products we've described. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, dislike, but please comment as to why, and we'll try to make the video better for next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.